Hello everyone, welcome back to SC Gaming. I'm Steven, and today I've got a little bit of a different style video for you. I've been tinkering for a bit around the idea of having a review show, and I figured I would give a pilot to give you an idea of what the show would be. So I'm going to review various games, mobile, platform, PC, wherever I can, and tell you whether or not it's a game that's deserving of your cash, or in some cases time, or if it should be thrown in the trash. So today's first review will be about a mobile game called Sushi Roll 3D. Sushi Roll 3D bolsters an impressive 10 million plus downloads on Google Play alone. For context, and to get an idea just of how grand that is, that figure is not too far away from the total number of sales of Fallout 4 as of March 2020. About 3 million short, which when you're talking figures that high, 3 million isn't that much, and that's not counting the downloads that they have on iOS. So to jump into the review, I want to preface by saying I understand that mobile games will have advertisements, especially ones that are available for free. So to start this off a bit positive, let's point out some of the great things about the game. The first of which is I was not bombarded by a bunch of in-app purchases or requests to buy these bonus items or things that would help boost my ability to play. Instead, there is a trade-off. You can get double the cash that you earn from any given order by watching an advertisement. Sometimes you can also get bonus items by watching advertisements, but at least it's not bombarding you asking for your money constantly. Performance-wise, the game plays pretty well. I played across both a Samsung Galaxy S9 and a Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. Neither had any stutters, neither had any hiccups, there was no crashing, there was nothing. So, that's something to give praise for. Granted, it's not really doing anything all that complicated. It's more or less a simple tap and borderline rhythm game. But that's still a point in its favor. Graphically, the game does what it needs to. It has a chibi-like art style, and it's pretty passable. It looks equivalent to that of, say, Animal Crossing. It works. I can't really complain or knock any points off of it for what it has, as in terms of graphics. And, mechanically, the game is pretty sound. It's not doing anything complicated. If you get an idea of how the camera is angled, and you understand when you have to press at a certain time, you'll be able to master the game. It's nothing spectacular, but again, it does what it needs to. So, now to bring it back around, because there's one glaring flaw with the game that I have to acknowledge. So in my first 11 minutes of playing the game, I was bombarded with 10 advertisements, and some of which were significant in length. One I can recall that was 30 seconds or so. In fact, you were watching the full unedited advertisement right now, just to get an idea of what you have to set through if you want to play this game. Again, I am not trying to be unreasonable. I understand that game developers need to make money, and I'm not going to hate on them for that. But you get practically a minute of gameplay before you get an advertisement, and you can't just reduce that down. Sometimes if you say no thanks to doubling that money, and sometimes if you don't want to get that bonus item, you'll still be greeted by an advertisement anyway. And as far as I could find, there wasn't some way to just turn off the advertisements. There was no purchase, and of course, there's always the option to run it in offline mode, but you shouldn't have to do that just to play a game like this. It's meant to be mindless, very simple entertainment. And I don't mean simple in a bad way, I just mean within the context of the game, you're either tapping or you're not. So, time to give a final verdict on Sushi Roll 3D. It's an okay looking game. It performs decently across hardware. Admittedly, I haven't played it on anything that was super low end or more of a budget phone, but I imagine given everything around it, it probably would not have too big of a hindrance on lower end hardware. It has decent controls, and honestly, as far as the concept of the game, I actually kind of like it. I think this is a great, simple, turn your mind off and just play type game. Full of advertisements that you're greeted with, just trying to play it, I find to be grating. For that, I have to officially declare that this game is not deserving of your cash, or at the very least, deserving of your time. And it's unfortunately not because the game itself has problems. It's just the sheer and simple fact that to play it, you have to play practically viewer of advertisements more than actual player of a game. So, that was the first episode of Cash or Trash. I would really like to know what you all thought of this show. Leave your comments down below on games you may want to see reviewed, and to give me feedback on this video. I'm trying to step up my game in terms of editing and quality, and I can't do that without your help. You all are the ones that are watching the show. I'm just the one producing it. As always, I'm Steven, this has been SC Gaming, and I hope to see you in the next video. Excuse me?